Good morning. Happy Monday. Did you hear the news about today's BOGO offer? In case you didn't, I'll share it real quickly. It's buy one on guard, get one breathe. So this is super exciting at this time of year when we're headed into the cold winter months and we're wanting to support our immune systems and we want to have clear breathing. So let's talk about some ways that we can use On Guard and Breathe. Before I jump into those ways, I want to just give you a few reminders about how BOGO Week works. So if you're already a doTERRA member, you can just go right into your doTERRA account this morning, right now, and order up to 5 of the BOGO offers. So if you want to, you can order 5 On Guards and you'll get 5 free Breathes. Breathe is about $20. So if you take advantage of all 5, that's $100 in free oil. Another fun thing to do is to grab 4 local friends. Hey, Kathy. To grab 4 local friends and make a BOGO group where each person buys all 5 BOGOs on their designated day. Okay, and I have more information about this. You can look for the video about just general BOGO details where I explain more about how those groups work. And if you're not a doTERRA member, then this is super exciting. This would be the perfect day to start your wholesale account because not only can you get in on the BOGO offer and get a free bottle of Breathe with your purchase of On Guard, but also some of our favorite enrollment kits are 20% off right now, which is super exciting. So you can really get a lot of bang for your buck by enrolling this week during BOGOs and specifically today. Okay, so if you need help with that, reach out to me or to your oily friend who's been sharing doTERRA with you. So let's talk about how to use On Guard and Breathe. On Guard is supportive to the immune system. It can be used all 3 ways, topically, internally, and aromatically. So let's talk about how we do that. Topically, you can apply, a good place to apply is to the soles of the feet, also to the spine. My boys actually do this every day. It's a part of their immune support protocol. You know, every night they brush their teeth and they put On Guard on their feet. Side note that you do want to dilute essential oils for kids. On Guard is a pretty strong blend. So my guys use diluted roller bottles on their feet every night. And that's great for grown-ups too. You can use it every day as a part of your own immune support protocol. Another side note, if someone at your house is actively fighting some immune attacks or threats, then you would want to use that more often throughout the day, not just once at bedtime. So use it all throughout the day when your body is really in need of immune support. Another way that you can use it to support the immune system in a very specific way, and I have to be careful because I want to keep this compliant, but if you have a situation where there is an invasion and multiplication of certain microorganisms that are a threat to your immune system, and this can happen sometimes systemically, this can happen sometimes in a very specific location of the body, it can happen to the skin. My little guy had a very challenging skin threat that involved that invasion and multiplication of certain microorganisms, and we used On Guard topically to treat that very effectively. And I was so thankful to have a natural way to do that for him instead of using other things that we that might have been recommended to us. Okay, another thing that On Guard is really good for is oral health, for your gums, your teeth. I just had a friend recently, a new friend, Suzanne, who was having some tooth trouble, and I normally recommend clove. Clove is a great oil for mouth discomfort or tooth discomfort. She didn't have that on hand, but she had On Guard. On Guard contains clove, and she used that very effectively to help with her that discomfort in her tooth. So you can keep that in mind. A good way to do that is just to rub it right on the gum. You can also swish it around in your mouth in some water. It's great to put a drop of On Guard on your toothbrush every day or every so often to help keep it clean. And speaking of cleaning, it's really good for cleaning. You can make your own really simple household cleaner with a spray bottle of water and some drops of On Guard. You can also use On Guard in your laundry. You can put it right into your washing machine. I like to add essential oils during my rinse cycle. You can also try adding it during the wash cycle. And one of my favorite ways to use On Guard is to make my own hand sanitizer. If you are familiar with doTERRA, you know that we just came out with a pre-made, doTERRA is now making hand sanitizer, and it works awesome. I love it. But I still love to make my own hand sanitizer. I've been doing it for a long time because it's so easy and cost effective to do it just with your On Guard oil plus a carrier oil like fractionated coconut oil. Put it in a little sprayer, keep it in my purse or a diaper bag, a backpack, a desk drawer. And it is a very effective and non-toxic way to keep your hands clean when you don't have access to soap and water. Okay, here's how to use On Guard internally. You can put a few drops of On Guard in an empty veggie cap. Whenever I'm making my own veggie caps, I always like to top it off with a vegetable oil. You can use olive oil if you have that on hand. I like to use doTERRA's IQ Mega, the kids fish oil, in my veggie caps. That's great to do on a daily basis for immune support. It's great to do multiple times throughout the day. Again, if you're actively facing some immune threats. And it can also be good for certain health challenges where your body might just need a little extra support. Okay, another way you can use it internally is to add it to your hot tea. It has kind of a warm, spicy flavor. It has clove and cinnamon and wild orange in it. So some people really love the taste of it, and they like to add it to their hot tea and internalize it that way, take it internally to support their immune systems. You can also gargle with it. I do this often if my throat is starting to feel scratchy or I feel like I might be starting to face some immune threats. Just put 1 drop of On Guard in a cup of warm water, not too hot, but just warm water. I also like to add lemon and melaleuca, 1 drop of each oil. Gargle it way back in your throat, and that is so effective to soothe an irritated throat and also to provide immune support. Another way, the third way that you can use On Guard is aromatically. So just put it in the diffuser. Diffuse it at those times when your household is in need of immune support. You can diffuse it overnight in bedrooms. You can diffuse it, in the main area of your house. Diffuse it when you have guests over. I think it even smells a little like fall and Christmas because of those warm, spicy oils. So those are a few ways. There are so many ways you can use On Guard, but those are a few ways to get your ideas flowing. Let's talk about Breathe. So Breathe is the respiratory support blend. It's good for breathing. And you do not want to use this one internally, but you can use it topically and aromatically. So topical use for Breathe. Great places to apply Breathe are under the nose, on the chest, and to the soles of the feet. I'm going to tell you why you would want to apply it to each of those places. So you can apply it to the chest when you're dealing with occasional congestion, maybe a mild cough. Also, obviously, just any kind of breathing concerns. It's going to go in and penetrate and help with the lungs here, and it's going to come upwards so you can smell it and inhale it and help with your sinuses and your nasal passages. It's great at this time of year when we need that extra respiratory support. It's also great for folks who have kind of ongoing respiratory challenges. My friend Marion, this is actually how she started using essential oils, is because she was looking for something natural to support her very young son who had breathing concerns. And they started using Breathe, and it was all downhill. They use it every day now for him in his diffuser overnight and applied topically to his chest. And also athletes, those of you who exercise, if you ever have trouble breathing or you would like to help oxygenate more, get more oxygen into your lungs for exercise, you can apply it to your chest before and after exercising. You can also, I mentioned, apply it under the nose. This is great for seasonal concerns. If you're one of those people who at certain times of the year gets kind of sneezy and wheezy, try applying some Breathe. You might want to dilute it so it doesn't irritate your skin there, the sensitive skin around the nose. And it's also good, again, just for supporting the sinuses. Apply it under the nose to help open the nasal passages. Here's a great use for Breathe. This is going to be helpful for some of you, a lot of you. Snoring. If you or someone that you love has trouble with snoring, try applying Breathe to their feet every night. You can also use it in the diffuser. I know so many people who have reported, oh my word, I tried Breathe, on my husband, or I snore and I tried it on my feet, and it's so effective. So try that with your Breathe oil too. And then you can use it aromatically in the diffuser. This is also, actually one of the oils that we diffuse very often in my kids' rooms overnight. It has such a calming, restful scent, and it also, again, helps to support breathing overnight while we sleep. And then obviously if anyone's struggling with a respiratory issue, Breathe is a great choice to put in their diffuser overnight. And then I wanted to share one more use for Breathe that I discovered kind of recently. If you tend to struggle with anxious feelings, especially in certain situations, for me, that is when I'm traveling on an airplane. I started carrying this little Breathe inhaler. It's just this little plastic tube, and it has a cotton wick, like a little pad inside here that you can add your essential oil of choice to. And because it stays sealed like this, it keeps the aroma really contained. It lasts for a long time. And then you just open it, and it's like an inhaler, a personal inhaler. You can breathe it. This is my Breathe inhaler. And I use it when I carry it in my purse, and I use it when I'm traveling, namely on airplanes, sometimes through tunnels or elevators. For me, it's in places where I feel kind of trapped. But if you struggle with times of anxious feelings, you might want to try Breathe. Someone suggested it to me, and I wouldn't have thought of it myself, but it really made sense after I thought about it. And after I experienced it myself, it was really effective, because when I don't know about you, but when I get anxious, I realize that I don't breathe. I kind of hold my breath. And so having something like this to focus on, and it's such a calming scent, and it really opens up the airways and helps me get oxygen at a time when I really need it. And this on the airplane, I sit there and I just kind of breathe this in. Gives me something to focus on, to help with my anxious feelings. And it really does help to keep me calm and, again, get oxygen flowing, which helps too. So those are some ways that you can use On Guard and Breathe for yourself. If you have additional ways that you use On Guard or Breathe, please share a comment below for the rest of us. And hey, Ashling and Rachel, and let's get ready for BOGO week. So again, if you're a doTERRA member, go into your account. You can order it right now. You can order up to 5. If you're not a doTERRA member, you can join today and get on the BOGO deal, or you can make a retail purchase. I will post my retail purchase link for you here. If you're working with somebody else already who's sharing doTERRA with you, get their retail purchase link from them. Yeah. Okay, so happy Monday, happy BOGO week, and go buy your On Guard and your Breathe.